Yo, what's going on, guys? Hopefully this is set up pretty good. You guys can hear me good. I'm gonna just double check this here. Last time it seemed like it was working out good, but it's gonna cover all of our typical meme coins. Take a look at some other things that we see. Maybe see what's popping off. Give me a second. There we go. Hopefully this is set up pretty good. You guys can hear me good. I'm gonna just double check this here. All right, word. Everything looks good to go. Cool. We got 20 people in here, but if this is your first time, this is Solana Made Simple, and this is Solana meme stream. We just go over all the meme coins that are like trending, the top best coins, whatever the case is. I'm gonna open up the chat over here. I'm not a fucking pro at this shit, and I really don't care if I mess up, so feel free to just have some patience. But we're gonna go over these. Hopefully you guys are making some money, taking profits, holding on to your long-term bets. I don't think we're anywhere near the end of this bull run, but you know, it's definitely time to hold on to your positions. You don't want to fade them just because you're kind of trying to get into the next new coin. So that's why I continue to go over the same ones. I have the highest conviction that way. I do have a smaller bag where I tend to dip into some of the more popular trending ones, stuff like that. So we will cover them as well. But I got the headphones in now and I can hear the music, so that's good. I mean, the sound came through on that one good, so I mean, we're good to go. So we're gonna get this thing started. I wanted to wait about like 10 more minutes. I always recommend you guys get some hydration with you. We'll be here about an hour. It seems to be about the time that it takes to go over these coins. And other than that, roll something up. We'll be chilling. Share it out to your friends if you'd like to. I don't really care. If you can't watch the whole thing, it will be recorded on YouTube and on X. But feel free to tap in if you guys ever thought about coming on and wanted to be part of the stream. Maybe you're a streamer, maybe you're just getting into crypto and you want to just try this out. Feel free to test it out here, see how Restream works. This is the free version I use. That's why it's got the little thing up here at the top. But it seems to work out great for me, and I can invite you guys on here as guests. I don't know how many exactly, but if you guys are ever interested, just shoot me a message and we'll get that together. But like I said, we got Myro up here, so that's good to go. Let me pop this up on the screen. All right, so switch this down here, go to picture in picture. I'm gonna maximize that guy, and there I am. Cool. I wish this was just a little bit bigger, but I'm not gonna argue. We got everything working and rocking. So let's get this party on the road. We got a nice little buy right there, but we've had some sell pressure coming in. I mentioned this the last time we had yesterday, the day before. The big run-ups, you can kind of expect like 50% retracement, downside, whatever the case is. And we definitely see that. And this isn't like a drastic hard sell-off. It's people just taking profit. It's the ebb and flow of the market. It's something you have to kind of get used to if you're going to trade meme coins, especially some of the, what's the 16% on the day. That's not bad. I mean, there's some that'll drop 50, 60, 70% in a second, and never recover for a couple months. But that's just the kind of market we live in. Give me a second. Put one in the air for the hobies. All right, let's get this started. So Myro, we're at 25 cents. When I first started talking about this and doing live streams, going over these meme coins, this was at 4 cents or 5 cents or something like that. So you've had an opportunity to 10x your money since the very first stream. Talked about that every stream since then. Going forward, we've run up to hit 44, 45 cents or so. Almost 45 cents. 44 cents is a solid number. That's what's that, 11x off of that call or whatever the case is. But it's not a call, guys. I'm just showing you the opportunity that I saw. That's why I got into it. And I think I bought in there and around 11 cents. And that's when I really just kind of held on to it. And I didn't take much profit in this area. I did scale just a couple $100 out of the position just to have, just some money, because I do this full time. So I have to scale out for profit reasons, just for myself. It's not like I don't have any conviction on the play, but it's a good reminder for you guys as well. If you're in this game to make money, you need to take profits in some of these plays. You can't just sit and wait. I mean, if you'd like to, whatever. Some people argue and try and say, no, I diamond hand anything. You also run the risk of losing it all. So why wouldn't you take some off the table in that situation, But do what you want. It's your money. I'm just trying to give you some ideas of what I think seems to work for me, and that's pretty much it. And I don't want to tell anybody they're wrong, and don't tell me. I mean, I won't tell you anything. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, let's take a look at Myro. We are at a. What did I just do to that? Hold on. This thing's tripping out, brother. All right, my screen, relax. Are we good? All right, 25 cents. Hopefully we hit some support right here, but we're sitting at 266 million market cap. There's 44,368 holders on this coin. And let's take a look out at the month, see if we can find some spots where this looks like it's going to maybe find some support. So if we don't hold this spot right here, it is probably going in the teens, high teen range. That's more than likely if it doesn't find any support, if it doesn't bounce from here. That's just kind of how I can see it, just off of like simple looking at this right here, this sell-off. Because right here it didn't bounce back up. This it tried to kind of mimic it in these spots here. We're talking about that, looking for these points of support, and looks like we're kind of going through them. So there's nothing really in the middle right here. The only thing I would do is take a look 3 months back, see if we can look at that other run up. And this may give us a better indication of where we can find some support. So right here, this top is where we're finding some, resistance, I guess, here, but support over here. So if we can hold that, that'd be great. So basically, the top of this cup, if we can find that as support, that's going to land in the low 20s teen area and channel through there. That'd be great to see that. If we kind of go through that area, I wouldn't think it's anything to worry about, because if this high was at 30 some cents, 35 barely, more or less like in the higher 20 range, we came to 5 cents here. This goes up to 40, and if we channel in the high teens 20, that's pretty damn healthy, because that's relatively where people were taking profit over here. So not a bad place to be at. If you didn't take profits at the top there, it's not a problem. You're still probably going to have opportunity. Where do I think this goes in the long term? I mean, shit, all these other coins are going to $1 billion. That'd be great to see that. That's like a hopeful thing. Realistically, we're to start going in segments. I think 55 to 69 cents would be really cool to see. Any coin at 69 cents is just kind of funny and meme worthy. So we'll see what happens. We'll do it for the set shot. Look, we're up at 26 cents right now. That's great to see. Just a slight increase. Maybe everybody's tuning in and they see. No, I'm just kidding. But this is the way that you kind of work for your bag. You talk about the coins, you show the charts, you show people why you like it, show them the opportunities that you see within this. I have a tab that I actually saved where this guy, he wrote an article why he dropped 150,000 on Myro when it was in like the single digits and like the pennies and shit like that. Maybe even sooner. But when I saw somebody that was that convicted showing up in the spaces, I was like, you know what, that's probably a coin I want to get into. So all in all, that's Myro. We're going to switch gears up here and take a look at the next one that we have on the docket. Yo, what's going on, Trey? I see you in here. Make me money. What's a new coin? I need financial advice. Sitting and waiting. That's all I'm good at. Trey, that's what we are here for. We are here for financial advice. So yeah, good luck. No, just kidding, brother. Thanks for tuning in, homie. I hope you find some coins. Most of it's going to be repeats towards the end. There'll probably be some new ones. But let me take a look here. We're going to switch things up, go to WIF. Let me pull up my chart over here. WIF. Yo, your boy is getting this whole streaming thing down. Like, I just sit back, relax, got a whole gamer chair. I don't even play games, bro. I'm just out here fucking around, me and going straight with y'all. Got the music in my ears now, not just me talking to myself. But it's simple setup, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. You don't see my microphone? Voila. It's just this little tripod guy. It's not even supposed to be like that, but I set it up and it works. So, all right, let's take a look at WIF. Big Daddy WIF, 2 million. It's down from the 2.9. That high is about $3.50. We've been talking about this coin all the way back around this area right here. And we've been talking about these little pumps right here. People got really excited about this. This is one of us put on the front of some web pages and whatever. A lot of publicity came out around it, and then we had our run up here. I mean, this is really nice to see here. We're following this trend. Anything lower, you break that trend, and we're going to start to see where we find support, kind of like how Myro was playing out. But again, if you take a look at Myro on the same time frames here, we're going to see these sell-offs kind of are looking very similar. Myro and Bonk are very similar charts right now, so expect to see, you know, some of these other ones showing the same things. And what that means is, like, not every play is going to react the same way, but overall, you know, a lot of these meme coins seem to mimic each other and be kind of conditional plays or complementary plays off of each other, especially when they are very similar in name. Like we have Whiff and then Cat Whiff. Cat Whiff is a little bit different, but I'll get into that why I see it different. But the point is, there's popularity, there's a narrative. It's a cat with a hat rather than a dog with a hat, whatever the case is. But Whiff is doing good. Dog with hat is sitting at that, like I said, 2.3 billion, and we've got 86,404 holders on here. We are selling off just a bit on there, down 60% on the day, but it's not really too bad, giving a little bit of those gains back. But we'll probably see this reverse at some point, more than likely. So it's nothing really to fret at. If you're day trading this, you know, maybe you got in at a bad time yesterday, just hold on to your positions. If you're leverage trading this kind of thing, don't use money you're not willing to lose, because you can lose that in an instant. And just kind of taking a look at this right here, something I really like seeing is these tops right here starting to kind of look like they'll be our support. So if we can start to, you know, bounce off of this area right there, it'd be great to see for Whiff. That's in like the $2.30 some cents, $2.30, $2.20 some cent. It wouldn't be bad to see that. We'll see how it plays out, but as long as it respects this trend, kind of going all the way up there, I think everybody will be happy. But yeah, let's move things along to Jupe. Jupe is doing some nice work over here on the charts, so let's get our thing set up here. And again, thanks guys for coming in to check out the stream. Share it out to some people. It looks like we have 30 people on Twitter or X tuned in, nobody on the YouTube channel, which isn't a big deal, but it is. Look, guys, you see how these are starting to look very similar charts here? You got that big little kind of curl at the top here. It's not by chance. It's just kind of how it's playing out. And let me pull up the chat real quick. All right, so we had our breakout here. It became an unstable coin. Let's just go back to the 5 days, because this is kind of funny chart how there was a lot of FUD and a lot of hate towards us. And I am going to let Ruka out. She looks like she wants to get out of the room. What's that, baby girl? Give me a second. Come on, girl. Let's go. What's up with you? All right. Back to old Juki here. So I like it. I like the breakout. I like where it's, you know, finding this little bit of support. If it comes back down, not a big deal. I mean, I've been in this thing since the 50 cent range. I did sell off the majority of this thing initially at the 69 cent point, because I was like, well, I mean, hey, that's a nice little drop. Came back up, and I've been telling people about this coin just as often as I've been talking about the other ones for the last month, pretty much every week. I've had at least one stream to bring these up and kind of share with you guys. Excuse me. But we are chilling at 13 million market cap here, 495,000 holders on this coin. We don't need to keep talking about Juke, but we will, because it's not going anywhere. It's still going to be here. I mean, a lot of our swaps go through it. They have the perpetual trading on there. There's going to be more things. A lot, you know, they're just such a dominant player in the Solana ecosystem. You know, it's just one of those coins, guys. If you don't hold on to Juke, shit, if you saw it go up to $1.60 or so, I'm saying there's probably downside here, but it's more than likely going to go back and reclaim that all-time high. I feel like Jupe is a coin that's safe to say you could see it in the $5 to $6 range in the near future, and then ultimately tens and teens with what it's going to do and provide for the Solana ecosystem. So play that as you will. That's Jupiter for you, though. Big fan of it. Big fan of it, and it's got a nice position sitting in my wallet. So let's take a look at JLP. All right. Again, this is a coin I've talked about quite often for several different reasons. First reason I even got into it is because I like trading perpetuals. That's no secret to anybody. I post about it when you get a lot of movement and what's it called? Momentum with Solana. I really like going over to trade the perpetuals with one Jupiter. It just seems to be easy, and I like the setup. I know there's a higher fee, there's other setups. Whatever the case is, there. I'm not here to argue that fact. You're right, but I don't have a problem using it and coming back with more money. If there's I've tried to set up the other ones, you have to transfer the money, you got to send it to each other, yada yada yada. So whatever the case is, it just whatever works for you, do it. And if you can continuously do that, repeat that process. Don't listen to anybody. Don't even listen to me. But what's up, 2-6? Slept in, waking up to an SMS stream. Going to be a good weekend. Let's give a shout out to the homie up here. Love seeing that PFP, bro. Man, it's a good one. Anyway, 2-6, the homie, guys. If you're on Twitter, give him a follow. And big shout out to him, always showing up, showing some support. But like we're saying, JLP, it's the Jupiter Perpetual liquidity pool. It's got all the 5-star hotel basically kind of recommendation with these coins. It's the best of the best. It's the blue chips that fill up this liquidity pool. So you really can't bet against that. And then the other thing is this is the perpetuals. Like everybody's betting that Solana's going up, Solana's going down, whatever the case is. They tend not to always be right. I can't act like I'm always right either. Like I've taken some nice hits and I've taken some nice wins. You gotta take the W or take the L's to make the W's. So my whole thesis and idea that this is a coin that's going to continuously run up. And I noticed that when I took a zoom out here, and I'm just going to show you real quick. You guys let me know what you think about this chart here. No worries, I'll wait. Looks like a goddamn fucking kicker for skateboarding. Like he just shoo. Like Evel Knievel be riding this and jumping canyon and some shit. So when you see a chart like this, how could you at any point here, when I got into this, I was just kind of seeing hey, if I got into this at any point here, I would have made money unless it was like a day, like a 24 or 48 hours seems like to be the only point where you would have lost money if you bought and sold. Any 5-day stretch, look, 9, 7 to 17. You got 8 days right there. Not a huge gain. You could have sold for more right there, but it was pretty close right there. And if you just held on for another week, well, yeah, you've topped that, So it's an easy play for the slow gainer kind of thing if you're looking for them kind of things. So I'm not going to say it's financial advice. But look at the chart, do your own research, figure it out. I don't know how else to say that I'd like this chart. It's literally dividing it in half from left corner up to right corner. You don't see that often with crypto. And when you do, I mean, I just don't see why there's not more money on this coin. I don't see why there's not a bigger market cap on it. But either way, you guys play it as you'd like to. There is 269 million on the market cap for 43,765 holders. A straight up banger in my book. And where the fuck is my JLP? There it is. All right, cool. Just because I wanted to switch. All right, we're switching gears, going over to Bonk Daddy. Somebody's posting about what's going on with Bonk, and I think Bonk is kind of showing the same things as some of these other coins. So let's take a look and see what we got. We got 40 people in here. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate you guys all the time about being part of this. Let's see if it's all on Twitter. No, we got one Solana Made Simple YouTube subscriber on there. If you guys aren't subscribed to the YouTube channel, I'd appreciate it. But if you like it better here, that's fine. I'll keep it rocking. All right. So let's take a look at Bonk. All right, so the whole story about Bonk that's pretty crazy is you could have been buying this last summer, held on to it while it was doing nothing, and this little rip run up that we had up here, this first one would have made you a couple million or something like that, a couple 100,000 or some shit. But we've run up, we've lost that opportunity, but we've found and we created a new opportunity right here. And we started talking about this right here. And we had all this time to get in and start reaping some of these rewards. I was showing you guys yesterday that I have this in Bonk. I think it's Be Soul maybe. I have them paired together for liquidity, and I've made like over $200 or $300 on that because of the increase in Bonk, because of the trading fees and all that kind of stuff. So you can also buy these coins, your long-term holds, providing liquidity or doing anything like that. There's risk involved to do your homework with that, but it's something you might want to look into, so it's not just sitting there. You can make more money with these kinds of things. So take that into consideration. Do your own homework when it comes down to it, but it's something to take a look into. But Bonk looks like it's done a triple bottom right over here. There's not a lot of places where you're going to find the support on this, so it could come back down into this little congested area and even further if it'd like to. There's no real way to tell where we're going to see this go, but it doesn't look like it's in a bad spot. Yes, it's probably in a 11% down in 24 hours. That's not bad. Like I said, like you got to think about this. That's not an appealing chart, but that's if you're a person looking to, I don't know, try to get out of your position. This isn't appealing. If you're trying to hold on to this or accumulate, this might be appetizing for you because there's a little bit of sell-off. But again, that's only one day. You really want to take a look at the 1 month chart to kind of see where you're at with this whole movement, momentum, and so we had our spike, came back down, sold off a little bit lower, but it looks like around the same point right here, it might make a movement back up. So we're going to keep a watchful eye on this. But like I said, there's not a lot of other points where this has done anything to kind of gauge it. When we zoom out, there's another point right here, like I was saying. So we can call that a triple bottom if we like it, see what it does. If not, your guess is as good as mine. Where we go from here? Probably down. But we need to use these points as support to develop that, the difference there. But either way, we'll see what happens with it. I think if you look at the big picture of this, Bonk's going to be a big winner over the long term. Even a year to 5 year, I think Bonk has been shown itself and shown what it's capable of and what it's, going to be doing. So you play it how you like to. I'm just trying to show you the positions that I think might be, appealing for opportunity's sake or whatever, but I don't know. Bonk's good. I don't really pay attention to it other than like their ecosystem and stuff, like what they do. I don't know what's going on with their memes and not their memes, that they have NFTs or anything other than that. I have no clue. I know that there's a collection on Solana, but I have no idea what's going on with that. So I honestly try to stay away from that kind of stuff and just kind of keep an eye on it. I don't get attached to it too much. I'm looking for certain points. I've got a certain amount in there. Once I get to a point of selling or exit or the market cap with some other coins, I'll make a decision. But for the most part, I'm just rocking out, holding on to this, letting it do what it does. We got a mirror back in the building. Shout out to you, homie. Be so. I need a sticky note on my forehead at this point. Motherfucker, I told you. Just go straight to Blaze Rewards and just stake that shit instantly. And you start getting points, and like BSO is going to outperform Solana because of the trading, because of all of that. That's a gimme on that one. So get that BSO in there too, sick. He said put a sticky head on his forehead. Sticky note. That's funny. But let's take a look at the numbers here. 2,475,000 market cap, 664,000 holders on this bad boy. Bonk is a beast, guys. I definitely don't think you're going to see the end of it right now. Look, he's doing it right now. Shout out to 2Sit. That's what I'm talking about here, baby. Showing you other ways to make some more bread. There's a couple different strategies that you could use if you're going to get BSOL, where you can pair it with other things like Juke and Bonk as well. So look into that. Take a look through all of the, I'm sure you're aware of all the different fucking platforms and stuff now. So if you have any questions or you want to see mine again, just DM me and I'll kind of shoot you in that direction. But yeah, let me see what we got here. All right, looks like we're going to go over and take a look at Cat Lift Hat and see what's cooking over here. I have a nice position in this. I'm really looking for this thing to go back up into the 6-7 cent range. for a nice profit. I did average down from that original. Oh, what, do we switch to koi? No, 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 no. Hold on, dog. You gotta respect the. Hey, come on, cat with hat's coming first. See this desk, guys? I made this shit myself. That's epoxy. That's just why we're waiting to give you a side note of nonsense, useless information. All right, guys. Again, just like dog with hat, we got the cat with hat. This is, I think, a nice cat that's gonna make it. I think there's a group of cats out there. It's kind of funny that you can start seeing these things happen in these meme coins. But let me get this thing set up over here. All right, so we're looking at the 5-minute chart. I want to take a look, come back out here to the 3-month, so we can take a big look at, or a look at the big picture here. So this is making higher lows, not super crazy higher ones, but it is significantly, showing that there is a trend that it is following. If we can get this bounce and move back to the upside here, between here and here is a point where you might see this continue to trade until it goes back to the upside or it goes to the downside. Either way, I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. Right now, it looks like, in my opinion, we might be able to see a W form and go back up here, or it chops and kind of goes back up. But my thoughts is that this does definitely reclaim all-time high. I just think that it has another run like this in it because of its name, Cat with Hat, because of where we're at with meme coins, and I don't know. I just think there's a lot of opportunity for that to be the case. So we'll see how that plays out. And use Asset Dash to swap. They have never warns it. All right, yo, too sick. That's a good point. I can no, I'm not gonna go over there. I use Asset Dash too. I absolutely love that. I actually bought it in Elementals because you get airdrops with that set up, and you get 30% rewards or something like that bonus for using the Super Swap on Asset Dash. So there's a lot of benefits to having the Elementals, Asset Dash, and I think they have a great user interface for your portfolio overview, mobile and web friendly. So I'm a big advocate for Asset Dash. If they're in the stream or listening, you guys, I'm for hire. And speaking of for hire, let's give a huge shout out to Gokstein Media. I've been with them for almost a year now. It's been a blessing to be with them, be part of the team. Some of these coins that we've been talking about, not yet, but over the last months, they come from some of the homies in there, and some of the alpha does get trickled down there. So we have to pay our respects where they are due. Big shout out to the whole team over there, and I'm looking forward to working with them more and getting on some more streams. So to be honest with you, that's why I'm practicing this, is I want to get better and more comfortable with kind of talking, being in front of the camera, and eventually we'll get more people involved. However, I want to give a huge shout out to the Doodle Devils. Working with them, working with Dean has been another opportunity that I didn't expect. I applied for the internship and they hooked me up, with becoming part of the team. I'm becoming the marketing manager over there. So not going to get into it too much to show that. We can talk about that during spaces. They are kind of like the sponsor of most of the stuff I do, just as well as Gokstein Media and stuff like that. It's not paid or anything like that as far as sponsorship. It's just going to pay that respect forward. And a huge shout out to Sharkify. If you guys don't know who Sharkify is, they're a leader of NFT lending and borrowing. If you guys don't know about lending and borrowing with your NFTs, would love to sit down and talk to you, maybe even have a stream, show you some ways that you can use some strategies to farm for them, and basically get these loans interest free as long as the market conditions are correct. But that's enough. Huge shout out to them guys. And again, Gokstein Media, Doodle Devils, and Sharkify. Big ups to the teams over there. But again, Cat with Hat, it's got a market cap of 373 million. There's 569,000 holders on this one. Seems like there's a lot of holders for that market cap, but we will see what happens with this token or this coin and see if the Cat with Hat can bounce back up to all-time highs. I think it's got it in it. We'll just see how it plays out. Don't get scared in these positions unless you got something that you really think that there's an opportunity. If you're down in the coin, like I think I'm down maybe 30% on this coin, maybe that, not too bad, especially being a crypto coin, like that, it doesn't bother me as much. But if there's another play that you think that you're going to be able to recover that 30% plus profit and be able to get in and out, or just kind of another play in general, it's not always a bad idea to kind of play that game of like, let's see what happens with this. If there's another leg up, like if this, like set your take profit at that point. I mean, it should have already been set technically, but if you're kind of just staring at it, not sure what to do, kind of look at your other plays. Is there something else that is just you're looking at it every other day and it's doing better? It might be a good idea to take some of that stuff out and just kind of watch. Like, all right, if I'm down, $75 in this coin, I'm just gonna watch the USD value of this in my bonk buy. Once I recover that $75, whatever the case is, I'm getting out of that play just to wipe it clean. That'll be a wash. And you got the other coin that could have maybe made you some profit or some of those gains back sooner. Some way that you can play it. I mean, it's not everybody's ball game. It's something I thought about, and it seems to work for me in some situations. But I've learned over time, if you just sit on your hands and not sell, you seem to make your plays back. Not every play is going to do that, but the ones that we're talking about seem to not be rugs. They seem to have fundamental and technical, points behind them that you can see. We've got 56 or 569,000 holders. There's 373,000 or $1 million in this coin. I don't know if it'll go back to the all-time highs. I think the likelihood is there, but it doesn't make me think that there's a reason to be like bearish on this coin. So you see what I'm saying? Play how you will. That's kind of the way I look at things sometimes. I'm open to those conversations and spaces too. Like, what makes you look at this coin? Why? Whatever the case is, because I'm not always right. And just another perspective is good to see. And it might either give you a little bit more conviction or give you another way to look at it, and all of that's good. So all I'm saying is, guys, is network with your people, talk about this stuff. Don't just do it on your own. Bounce it off some other ideas, because usually that tends to help in a lot of different situations, is communicating about it, especially working as a team with some other people might have a different set of eyes than you do. Because before we get to that point, I want to switch gears up, take a look at Harambe. I made a funny tweet about this one. Dude, I made some tweets this morning or post, and Jesus Christ, like, these meme coin communities, they are going bananas, dude. So I like to see it. I love to see the enthusiasm on the weekend, especially. Excuse me. All right, what do we got going on here? Still the same case, basically, as we've had before. We found in the spot of support. Whoop, did not mean to do that. Let's go down here. All right. Found a little bit of support right here. Nothing too sexy, but it isn't, dipping all the way back down here. It's basically finding it at the top of this cup. I'd like to see it bounce back up and start working its way back up here, maybe gradually. Don't really care for it to do anything like this, because we can see what happened there. That's what I say to you guys all the time. When you see these giant spikes up, that's great, but it usually doesn't sustain. This gradual growth right here became sustainable. Spike came back down. Spike came back down. All of these ones kind of show the same thing. That gradual growth is where, even here's a good example. That spike came back down, and it ripped after that, but look where it came back down and found support. This seems to be like a more realistic point of support and resistance, rather than up here. Like, this is just like ripping people's hearts out. But the fact that it bounces off here, like this one, you probably could have said, oh hey, maybe it broke out there, it'll do the same there, and maybe you timed it perfectly there. If not, maybe you caught it on some of those legs up, but chances are you didn't, and it slowly bled off, and you tried to dollar cost average your way out. And once it got back here, you might have got scared because you're in the negative, and then now it ripped back up here. You don't know what to do. So you sold off your whole position, and it came back down here. I don't know if it's going to do this, but my gut is telling me, this is probably going to make a move to the upside from right around here, based off of these 4 different points. And we'll see what happens. Going to go down, of course. You don't want to put everything into it. If you're already at your max of what you want to invest in this coin, sit back and let it just keep playing out, and talk about it. And if you come up with some more money, maybe add into it at this position if you need to. But I don't know. Dicks out for Harambe. You gotta give respect for the apes, bro. Like, I don't know what we're doing out here. I saw the name Harambe. I got into it. It was too funny not to. So I feel like everybody else, all the other 11,980 people did as well. But we are chilling at 29 million. with this one. Not a huge coin, not a big market cap compared to some of these other big guys that we have, but that's what happens when we get to this part of the list. Seems like it gets a little bit smaller. So with that being said, guys, we're going to switch gears over to CT. This is Crypto Twitter. How do you guys like this music? You guys rocking out? It's a vibe, right? I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm not hating on it at all. All right, Crypto Twitter. It is bleeding off. And this is what I was kind of thinking what was going to happen, because I haven't really seen anything too exciting with this one. But yeah, so when we were looking at these points here that was bouncing right there, I was kind of thinking that, hey, if this doesn't break up here, you're going to come back down to this point. It stopped here. I thought maybe, just maybe, that's like not too much of a difference there, but maybe it's going to hold there. No, it bled out. It came back down. But like, you see that nice gradual one? That's nothing really to worry about. People probably just getting tired and bored of the coin because they do want to see this action. They want to see spikes. They want to see it jumping. Not getting that kind of stuff it's boring as fuck, honestly. Like, I don't really like holding this coin. There's nothing to really talk about. So, that being said, 313,000 small market cap for this one. Like I said, compared to the other guys, 2,900 holders on here, and we are going to keep it moving. Yeah, coins like this, they're boring right now, but like I'm telling you, like, maybe it takes another couple of weeks or something like that, but maybe it pops off. Maybe it doesn't. Either way, if we get a nice spike, maybe we'll get out of it because it's boring. But then maybe you miss out on not transdimensional bucks, life-changing money. Always could happen. But we're going to switch over to Founder Without Abs. This is the coin from Solana Dean, the Doodle Devil founder. I've got a lot of conviction on this just because of Dean and his work ethic and what he wants to see happen. It's not a appetizing chart for anybody. A very low market cap, very low amount of holders compared to everything we just saw. But the thing is, it doesn't have much room to go down. It has a lot more room to go up. So with that being said, guys, this is the point where you can get into these coins with a small amount of money or large amount, whatever you want to do, whatever your wallet or your budget is like, and you can make some moves here. They got a Telegram, everything set up here, but like I said, this is a small coin, not a lot of crazy shit going on. Only 111, fuck me, 117,000 for the market cap here, and 1,500 holders. Nothing crazy, but we are going to keep things moving right along, and we'll end up at GME. Let's see what GME is doing. I don't think it's had any crazy good action either. I think this is just kind of boring as hell as well. So we'll take a look, see what we are at. 10 million for the market cap here, it looks like. Broke the trend, came down below that little line that we've been looking at. Not cool at all, GME. So not bullish on this one. You want to see some activity on this. You want to see it kind of bouncing up, but since this line is broken, we are going to throw this thing away. Looks like it's going to be coming down to this zone right here before we're going to do anything cool. I don't know. Maybe it bounces back up to the upside, but it looks like it's looking for a reason to find some support. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I think this fills that gap. I think it's got it in it. When this one came out there was a lot of sentiment behind it, and yeah, we'll see. But we'll move over to Shib with hat. Yo, it is so nice today, guys, compared to what it's been like. The sun is shining. It's supposed to be like 70 degrees. I might be outside shooting some hoops. I've challenged Easy and that fucking dude with the weird ass hair, the basketball, and they don't want it. They didn't respond. It is what it is. I mean, just like these guys out here talking about fighting and shit like that. Like, motherfucker, come to our thing too. I'll come to yours, but let me make a fool of you at my promotion and get paid at your promotion. Like, I would love to do that shit, but it is what it is. You can't get what you want all the time in life, right, guys? But we got shit with that. Fucking taking a shit on everybody here. Nothing exciting here. Not a good-looking chart. Selling off. Looking for support probably at these two little peaks right there. If it holds this, we might be good to go. This is something that doesn't look too appealing. You don't see a lot of action in the timeline here. There's only 5 million put into the market cap, almost 6 million, but 5.8 mil, and 27,000 holders. That means there's a lot of fucking holders in here compared to some of these other coins, which isn't very bullish, but that means that the people are diamond handed this thing to zero with me. So this isn't one of my big holds. This is one of my shorter, smaller ones, and I mean that's why I have two different kinds of wallets. Ones that are like the top of the chart, basically. These bottom things, like whatever. Hopefully they do something good, but I mean not all of them. Like Koi isn't like a shitter in my opinion, but we'll see what happens with it because it had some volatility. And I was telling you guys, there's a lot of people talking about this coin, a lot of like different influencer type people and whatever you want to call them, fucking traders and like, you know, all those kind of guys that talk about coins and shit online. Well, they've been talking about this from like right here. So it's like they kind of knew this was gonna work out to their favor if everybody's talking about it. And it's not like I'm gonna drop anybody's name. You guys can figure it out for yourselves by paying attention online to what's being posted, who's posting it. So I'm gonna be keeping a watchful eye of these people and just kind of see what happens, because there's a lot of bigger accounts that have higher reputable, I guess, whatever name. Not that any of this shit matters, to be honest with you, because like y'all start somewhere. Either way, they were talking about this and it got my attention. I got into this. I did not take much profit from this, and then at the top I didn't take any profit out there. I woke up to see that and I was like, dang, that looks like somebody kind of knew what they were doing. Just the way that you saw these kind of spike up. It is what it is, guys. Like, that's the game that we play, and I'm not surprised. I just want to see if they continue to accumulate and bull post like they were all last week prior to this sell-off. If they don't, it's very evident to you what these guys do to you, and when you show up to their spaces and they don't talk about shit like I do, they're fucking playing you. So go on your little fucking X and Twitter accounts and type in dollar or hashtag Koi and see the posts that come up, and then start watching their accounts and see if they continue to talk about Koi. I can't say that for certain or not. I don't watch wallets and I don't give a shit too. I can just tell you there's people that talk, and then like talk is cheap, because look what happens, you know? I'm not saying this coin's dead by any means, because you still are kind of in a position where if you were getting into it when it was being talked about before, you're still probably up. That's only a couple days ago. But to see these drastic sell-offs, it just seems kind of fishy to me. No pun intended on that. It seems fishy. Anyway, the account was tweeting me back and interacting, so we'll see what happens. I'm not fucking connected to them. I got no affiliation with them. I got some bread into them. Nothing crazy. You know my limits, guys. I put about 100 or a soul, like in between that amount, into any of these shit coins, and I just stop at that point and then see what happens. But keep your eyes on this one, guys, and we'll see what happens. But Koi is still my boy, even though we're only at 1 million. And we got 5,524 holders. This could be just the first fucking leg of this thing. But if you zoom out just a bit here, you'll see where like this could be going. Nothing to get too scared or shaken out about, because it is looking like it's finding that as support right there, right there, right there. Or over here, you see some similarities in this chart. So let's just take a look at this and keep an eye. Watch those accounts, guys. Watch who's talking about the stuff that don't come up when it's not doing good and aren't talking about it at that point. It's a little obvious to me. And it's easy to talk about shit when it's good. It's not fun to talk about when it's bad, but hey, take it for as you will. We're going to switch gears and take a look at Apple. Apple's been crushing it. I wish I put everything into Apple and nothing else. Because of this. Over the last 3 days, this has been dominating my portfolio. I've taken hundreds out. I think 100 out twice in this one. And I still got quite a bit in there. So I'm just going to let it continue to roll and see what happens. all I can say is it was a big shout out to the homies at G Media and the Alpha Group. They were the one that tipped me off of this, and I'm always going to pay credit due when somebody clearly tells me where what to look at, and that's what happens when you network with the people that you fuck with, man. Like, good stuff happens. So, been seeing some nice gains with that team over there, guys. So, if you're not tuning into their spaces, you're not paying attention to the stuff that they're dropping, the content, you really need to go ahead and do that. They got a good eye on this stuff. They got a good pulse on the market. So that's that. But Apple's chilling at 20 million. It's got 6,472 orders. Isn't that crazy? The last coin was at like a million at 5,000. This one's at 20 million and it's got 6,000. So be careful. But we'll see what continues to happen with this. But we are going to delete that one off of the list. Yes. But there's a couple other coins that I'm going to need to add. And let me pull this up for a second. All right, gang. We're going to pull up a couple other coins right here. I'm going to add them to the list. So just give me a minute to pull that up here. These names are ridiculous. Okay, there's one. All right, first one that we're going to take a look at. These are all new coins that I've been adding. Take a look at, have small positions in some of them have larger positions, whatever the case is. Doesn't really matter. But let's take what did I put in here? We're looking at Bode, Book of Degens. But being completely honest, I don't remember who told me about this coin. Might have been from a space or just all on the timeline. I don't 100% know. But let's see where I'm at with this coin. Not too shabby. I've only got like 0.4 invested in this coin. Nothing crazy, just kind of testing things out, seeing where we're at with this. Down just a little smidge on this one. Nothing insane, but let me pull up the chart for you guys so we can take a look at this together. This song sucks, I'm not gonna lie. We had good shit the whole time. This one is not feeling it. See, I would play regular music, guys, but they got the rights and all that copyright shit over there at YouTube. Trying to hold me back, so we're not doing that. Let's go back over to these charts here. Bang, bang. All right. It's a new coin, so yeah, that doesn't look nice. Look at the gem here. Is this the same coin? No, this can't be the same coin. Really? Let me pull this up over here. Just double checking. No, that is not the same coin. Thank God. Sick. The fuck is this thing? All right, hold on. Let me pull this thing back up, guys. My B, my B. Boom, boom, boom. Bang. Oh, we got 69 people there. Let's go. Just kidding. All right, this is Book of DJ. I don't remember who told me that. They're like, yo, you'll hit 1,000x. It's interesting chart to me. It's working its way up. Nothing wild on this one. Very low market cap. 65,000 on this one. That's it. 482 holders in this guy right now. So, I mean, we'll see what happens with it. I don't know anything else. Other than that, I don't think I even checked out their Twitter or anything like that. It's just a coin that I thought that looked kind of interesting for me to take a look at on Solana. And hey, Book of Degens. It sounds like the meta right now. Book of all that shit. I think there's another one that we're going to be taking a look at called Book of something. So let's see what we got with that. Book of memes. Let's see it down here. Do you guys like how I put them down here so you guys can see what the coin is? I know it's kind of hard to read up here. You can see the charts here. We talk about it. I'll tell you the numbers, but I feel like that's a good little touch right there, having that guy. I wonder if I can move it. I can move you? No, I can't. Fucking, that's stupid. Wait, I can? No, I can't. Maybe if I pay for it, I will. Anyway, let me get back to this, guys. I don't know what's up with the chart. Give me a second here. Yeah, dude. We need charts. The people need to see. All right, there we go. I like having the touchscreen on the laptop down here, and then I get to show you all this fun stuff up there. So nothing crazy. This is kind of like a nice thing to see because it's not, you got just kind of riding this little bit of a increase up here. You had a couple spikes up there, up and out. Not a big community on this one, doesn't look like. But it could be a sleeper, it could be a gem, could be something to hold on to. And at least on your watch list, it's up 36% on the last 8 hours. That's not bad, I guess. Down 45% in 24 hours. So I don't know. It looks like it's working its way up. Something to keep your eyes on. Not saying this thing's going to be a home run, but I just definitely want to point it out there because, like I said, I got a little position on there, and I'm going to share it with you guys anyway. All right, let's see what else we got cooking over here. Did I say the numbers? Yeah. See how little they are? I don't even remember that shit. Boom. Moo. I don't even know how much I got of this one either. Do not trade like me, guys. Sometimes I do shit, but I have a certain amount that I allocate to this wallet. Like I already know what I'm doing with this. It's down $19 the last time I refreshed it, but that's life. Moo the bull. Right, let me pull this thing up on the chart for you guys. This thing's so stupid. All right, here we go. No idea what this is going to do. It's got 25 million in the market cap, 40,900 holders, almost 41,000 holders in here. From the looks of this, people are excited about it. They like the coin. It doesn't look like it's got a bad chart. It's giving you some opportunity to get back in, or not get back in, but to get in. Build that gap. It's come down. Typically, after this point, we'll see a little bit of a movement towards the upside. That's typically the trend. You can kind of see a very similar correlation on that. Let me move this over here. If you look right here, you kind of have this, almost looks like it fills it a little bit. Maybe not, I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too far into it. But we'll see what happens. We'll keep watching this right here. See if we can get this to break for all-time highs. Keep moving this way up. But that's all I got for you guys today. Look at that, an hour on the dot. I didn't do that shit on purpose. It just happened like that by happenstance. But yeah, maybe one of these times we'll take a look at NFTs. I don't think NFTs are dead, guys. I just think there's more value and more money being floated around with these coins. I mean, look at the market caps with NFTs versus the market cap of some of these coins that pass them in the days. Like it doesn't take much for them things to pop off and make crazy amounts of gains. And eventually, we'll probably see that pour back into NFTs. But don't be afraid to take profits. There'll probably be a point you see the cycle change or whatever the case is. But that's the stuff I've been kind of working with. That's where I find most of my opportunities with all these coins. Most of them I've been holding on to, like the main ones, Myra, With, Juke, JLP, Bonk. Those are like probably the bigger or more favorite ones. And then I have BSOL, Jito, and all of that kind of stuff all set up in the DeFi. So I'm trying to play all the different angles I can with not being too spread out, because at a certain point you start to lose a little bit of value with your assets because it's so spread out. Instead of like making a 10x on $100, you might be making a 10x on $30 because you've bought into so many different coins, which is good. But like you could have the 10x from the original one. You were right the first time, but you guys get so excited to buy into everything. So I'm just saying, like, don't rush into everything. If you don't like how it looks, if you can get a little bit of profit and you want to get back out, there's nothing wrong with it. But just take your time, trickle into positions. Like I said, I only usually go to about $100 or one SOL, whatever I get to first, however I feel about the coin, and I go from there. I let that cook a little bit. But the name of the game, man, if you look back at any of these charts like this one, I'll go back to this right here real quick. If you heard about Moo, what? Today, 6 days ago, and you just held on, like you didn't sell on that first run up, you didn't sell on that second run up, you still had a third chance to sell it like a high, but the longer you held was just more profitable until like the 5th or 6th day it sold off a little bit. So that doesn't really work. But like I said, over time, likelihood of this is probably reclaiming that all-time high. So that original holder, if they didn't scale out, the longer they held is probably going to be more beneficial than chasing that. But everybody's trading thesis is different. Everybody's reason to be in here is different. Like for me, it's making money. That's why I'm trading coins. It directly affects me, and it's not like there's a community I'm hurting. But the last thing I'll say is etiquette. Shake a little bit of etiquette when you're getting in and out of trades. I think that is something that kind of respect the kind of thing, the karma, whatever comes back to you. But that's all I got, guys. That's all we're going over today. I said I wanted to rock for about an hour. We hit that right on the nail. I mean, I just believe things work out like that. I honestly just set this thing up, tried to start at 1:30, got a little bit late because I wanted to eat my lunch. But I'll see you guys on the timeline. We have space tomorrow at 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch us in there. You can take a look at the chats before we get out of here. Too sick. I'm taking a pre-sale risk today on one chocolate monkey, so it's safe. Good luck, Too Sick. But yeah, tomorrow 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, trying to put together a nice little panel, have some of you guys on there. But it's a beautiful day out there, guys. Get out there, go skateboarding, go fishing, go write graffiti. I don't know, do something like that. That's what I would do if I'm going to go out. I'll see. You guys will probably see it on the timeline. Got my moped fixed. That's in the shop right now, so I'll be ripping around that thing, having fun. But man, I'll tell you what, since I decided to do this shit full time, I know there's a lot of hard work that comes with it, but it's definitely for the best. But you guys make it possible, so thanks for showing up, and I'll keep showing up with you guys. So take care, see you on the timeline, have a safe weekend, and